Join me as I dive deep into the question, does God really require biblical faith? Let's explore this together. Biblical faith is a concept that is often tossed around in Christian circles, but what exactly does it mean, and why is it so crucial in the life of a believer? Many people have different ideas about what faith is, and this has led to a lot of confusion about what God really requires of us. Some might think that faith is just about believing in God, while others might see it as a feeling, an emotion, or even a magical formula that guarantees good things will happen. But the problem is, these interpretations can lead to a watered-down understanding of faith, and that's not what God intended. When we look at the Bible, we see that faith is often associated with action, obedience, and trust in God's promises. But when we separate faith from these essential elements, we can end up with a powerless, superficial faith that doesn't please God. In fact, the Bible warns us about having a faith that is just a facade, a faith that is dead because it's not accompanied by works. The truth is, many of us have been misled into thinking that faith is just about mental assent or intellectual agreement with certain theological concepts. But that's not what the Bible teaches. Biblical faith is about submitting to God's authority, embracing His sovereignty, and obeying His commands, even when it's difficult or doesn't make sense to us. So, what are the characteristics of biblical faith? When we look at the lives of heroes of faith in the Bible, like Abraham, Moses, or David, we see that their faith was marked by trust, obedience, and perseverance. They didn't just believe in God, they acted on that belief, even when it seemed crazy or impossible. For example, when God asked Abraham to sacrifice his son Isaac, Abraham didn't just believe that God would provide a lamb, he actively prepared to sacrifice his son, trusting that God would somehow make it right.